My child, draw near and listen. This moment, as you receive these words, is not an accident. It is an invitation, a quiet call from me to you. I have something important to share, something from my heart to yours. Please, open your spirit to what I am about to convey. It is a message of immense significance for your journey. Consider the path you are on. Every life moves in a direction, guided by choices made each day. One way leads to an ever-deepening closeness with me, to an existence filled with enduring light and peace. The other path leads away, into shadows and a growing sense of separation. I ask you with all my love to reflect. Where are your steps taking you? What is the ultimate destination of your current journey? This is a question not of judgment, but of awareness, an opportunity for you to see clearly. Many speak of desiring closeness, of wanting to walk in the light. These are good desires, aspirations that resonate with the deepest part of your being. Yet, I observe that sometimes the daily choices, the small and large actions do not align with these expressed wishes. Your life is a story, told not just by words, but by how you live each day. The direction of your heart is revealed in your conduct, in the way you treat others, in the priorities you set. Are your actions consistent with your stated desire for a life connected to me? True alignment brings a profound sense of wholeness. The life you have is a precious gift from me. It is not merely a collection of days, but an opportunity, a sacred space in which to grow and experience. I entrusted this life to you, not for you to use in any way that disregards its value, but for you to cherish and to live in a way that reflects goodness and truth. Think about how you are using this wonderful gift. Is it being invested in things that are fleeting, or in things that have eternal worth? Every moment is an occasion to choose what is right, what is kind, what draws you nearer to the core of your true self, which is in me. My affection for you is constant, unwavering, like the rising of the sun each morning. Every new day you experience is a testament to this enduring care, another chance, another opening. I offer my guidance gently, through the quiet awareness in your heart, through the wisdom found in seeking what is good. To turn away from this guidance, to ignore the quiet promptings towards right action, can lead you onto paths that are difficult, paths that may bring confusion and sorrow. My guidance is not to restrict you, but to protect you, to lead you towards genuine joy and true fulfillment. If you find that you have wandered, that your choices have led you away from the path of light, do not despair. My invitation is always open for you to return. Turn back towards me. Leave behind the habits, the thoughts, the actions that create a barrier between us, that pull you away from goodness and peace. The journey back may seem daunting, but you do not walk it alone. My presence is with you, offering strength and encouragement. The first step is a simple turning of your heart. It is my deepest wish that you experience true inner freedom. Freedom from the burdens that weigh down your spirit. Freedom from patterns of behavior that cause you or others harm. Freedom from a casual approach to matters of deep importance. And freedom from choices that are not in keeping with your truest, best self. This freedom is not about an absence of responsibility, but about being unbound from negativity, able to choose love and goodness with a clear and willing heart. I desire this liberation for you, so that your spirit can ascend. Be mindful of where you place your affections. The world offers many attractions, many things that glitter and promise happiness. While some of these are harmless, an excessive attachment to temporary things, to material possessions or fleeting pleasures, can begin to occupy the space in your heart that is meant for me, for what is eternal and truly satisfying. When your heart is divided, it is difficult to experience the fullness of my presence. My desire is not that you reject all worldly things, but that your primary loyalty, your deepest love, is reserved for me and for the values that endure. I understand the human experience. I see your sincere efforts to choose well, to live a life that is upright and kind. I also see the struggle, the times when, despite your best intentions, you find yourself making choices that you later regret, choices that bring a sense of unease or guilt. This is part of the journey of growth. Do not let these moments define you or cause you to lose hope. My understanding and compassion are always available to you. My greatest desire is that you are not overcome by these struggles. I do not wish for you to be lost in confusion or to be continually pulled down by the weight of past mistakes. You are precious to me, and my wish is that you remain close in the warmth of my love and guidance. Every time you stumble, I am there to help you rise again. Every time you feel lost, I am there to show you the way back. Do not let anything persuade you that you are beyond my reach or my care. Your well-being, your spiritual health, is of utmost importance to me. May you feel my peace surrounding you, a peace that calms your anxieties and stills your fears. May you sense my support in all your endeavors, knowing that you are never truly alone. As you navigate the complexities of life, may you always feel my loving presence as a source of strength and comfort. Let this assurance fill you and lift your spirit. If these words, this sharing from my heart, have brought some light or understanding into your own, then consider sharing that light with others. There are many who are searching, many who are in need of a kind word, a gentle encouragement, a reminder that they too are loved and valued. By extending what you have received, you become a channel of goodness in the world. This is a simple yet powerful way to live out the love that I have for you, and that I wish for all my children to experience. Continue to seek me, to listen to the quiet voice within, and to walk in the ways of goodness and truth. I am always with you. My child, I see you. I see the quiet yearning in your soul, the deep wish for things to be different. I observe the efforts you make, often in silence, to steer your life towards a better shore, to mend the parts of you that feel fractured or incomplete. It is a significant weight you attempt to carry, and it is understandable if you feel weary. But I want you to know this truth. The most profound transformations, the kind that genuinely reshape your inner landscape and alter your experience of life, are not accomplished by your solitary strength. You cannot, through force of will alone, create a new heart within yourself or bring lasting peace to your spirit. But I am always here. I am present with you, and I can guide the changes you so deeply desire. You invest so much of your precious energy in wrestling with your circumstances, trying to force them into the shape you imagine they should take. Often, this very striving becomes a barrier, keeping you from the calm and assurance I wish for you. When you attempt to manage every detail, to foresee and prevent every unwelcome event, when your mind is filled with worry about what tomorrow might bring, you often find that the situation you are trying to change remains stubbornly fixed. It is easy then to feel that your efforts are in vain, that you are making no progress. This feeling arises because you are taking upon yourself a task that is truly mine to perform. You cannot wage these inner battles with greater power than I possess. You cannot secure your own well-being or provide for your deepest needs more thoroughly than I can. My ways are not of force, but of gentle leading. My words, shared with humanity throughout time, have always been a source of guidance for those whose hearts are open to listen. They speak of a different way to live, a way that is not consumed by constant anxiety about material things, what you will wear, or what you will eat, or how you will organize the intricate details of your daily existence. Instead, they encourage you to turn your attention, your focus, towards my eternal principles, towards what is inherently good, true, and right. When you do this, every other thing that you genuinely require for a life of purpose and contentment, I am already aware of. I understand your needs, my child, often more clearly than you understand them yourself. I see the things you think you must have, and if they are truly for your growth and joy, they will be provided. Conversely, there are other things you may strongly desire, yet I, in my wider view, can see that they would not ultimately serve your true well-being or lead you to lasting peace. Only I can consistently and unfailingly give you what is truly beneficial for your spirit, what contributes to a life filled with meaning, substance, and genuine quiet fulfillment. Your inner spiritual life, the quality of your connection to me, the very essence of your being, these cannot be improved or made more whole solely by your own striving or determined efforts. You cannot compel this kind of inner development through sheer willpower. It is not a task to be accomplished, but a journey to be undertaken with me. What then is your part? It is to open your heart and mind to my words. Allow them to find a resting place within your thoughts, to settle into the core of your being. As you spend quiet, reflective moments with the truths I have shared, as you communicate with me from the sincerity of your heart, a gentle and gradual process begins to unfold. This is not a sudden, dramatic shift. It does not typically happen in a single, overwhelming moment. True and lasting inner alteration is a steady, consistent movement, like the quiet unfolding of a new day. It requires patience. It can take time, a considerable length of time, as you learn, absorb, and integrate these truths into the fabric of your life. When I perceive what you truly need for the unfolding of your unique path, for your growth and ultimate happiness, I will ensure that it comes to you at the precise moment it is meant to. You cannot, by your own understanding, set the schedule for my blessings or dictate the timing for the changes I bring into your life. You cannot determine when I will guide you into a new situation or open a new door. But what you can do is prepare your heart to receive. You can cultivate a sincere desire for this inward alteration, for a closer walk with me. You can ask me for it, always with the understanding that while you express your deepest wishes for change, you yourself cannot orchestrate it. No individual can, by their own power, transition from a way of living that creates distance from me to a way of life that draws them into my embrace. This is a work we do together. What then is your essential part in this divine partnership? It is to cultivate a genuine, heartfelt desire to live in a way that is right, good, and true. It is to truly want to walk a path of integrity and kindness. The more you nurture this sincere desire within your heart, the more effectively I can assist you, guide you, and support you. I do not compel my help upon anyone. My assistance is never forced. I do not impose my ways or my will upon you. My presence in your life is always an invitation, a gentle call. I stand at the entrance of your heart, always ready, always waiting. The choice to open that door to welcome me into the very center of your being is always and entirely yours. When I make a movement towards you, when I offer guidance or an opportunity for growth, you must be willing to receive it with an open spirit. You can say to me in the quiet of your own heart, "I yield myself to you. I acknowledge that I do not always know what I truly need, or even what is best to ask for. But I place my complete trust in your wisdom and your loving guidance." I have observed many dear ones try to force themselves into what they perceive as a better way of living, exerting great effort and experiencing much frustration, only to find that they do not attain the peace or transformation they seek. What you can do, and what is most vital, is to sincerely desire what is right and good. You can consciously choose day by day, moment by moment, to live in alignment with my ways and my teachings. I am sharing this with you, my child, so that you may understand. You have striven enough on your own. Now allow me to work within you and for you. You have fought enough in your own strength. Now permit me to handle the concerns that weigh upon your heart. When your life is genuinely given over to me, when you entrust your path to my care, you will find that you do not need to be consumed by anxiety about what lies ahead. I have seen you wrestle with challenges that I can resolve with perfect ease, often because your belief in my ability and willingness to help was still developing. A life lived without this deep trust can lead to persistent unease, a sense of lack, and an inability to perceive my constant, loving presence and work in your life. This profound trust grows as you consistently engage with my words and open your heart to my spirit. How can you cultivate this essential trust if you do not regularly listen to what I say? If you do not dedicate time to absorb the wisdom I offer through my enduring words? When you sincerely welcome my words into your heart and mind, you are, in essence, welcoming my very presence into your life. And when I am truly present with you, when you are aware of my companionship, then nothing that is for your ultimate good is truly impossible for your spirit to achieve or overcome. Your life, my child, is inherently designed for goodness, for joy, for purpose. However, you sometimes disrupt this divine design by choosing ways of thinking and acting that are not aligned with me, that pull you away from your true center. It is, at its core, a good life, established on a firm and loving foundation by my own hand. And yet, at times, you are tempted to harm its beauty and potential through the pursuit of fleeting desires, worldly ambitions that do not satisfy, or distractions that pull you from your path. Please know, you are so much more than these temporary things. Take a quiet moment now, my dear one. Allow your breath to deepen, to become calm and steady. In this stillness, gently think back over your life. See the many ways, both subtle and clear, in which I have been present with you, guiding you, protecting you, sustaining you. Count the instances, those you remember and perhaps those you have forgotten, where I have provided for you, often in unexpected ways. Every single day that you awaken to a new morning, it is not merely because you willed it to happen, nor is it solely because of your diligent efforts or careful planning. It is because I, your Creator, have an ongoing and loving purpose for you, a unique part for you to play in the unfolding of life. I'm not sharing these thoughts to simply offer you a fleeting moment of comfort. I'm telling you what my own eternal words consistently affirm. I'm keeping you, sustaining you, for a specific and beautiful reason. Do not misuse or undervalue this precious gift of your life. You have been called to live in a way that reflects goodness and light, to be a source of kindness and understanding to others, and to experience the depth of my unwavering care and affection for you. I am aware that some hearts are feeling heavy today, that some among you are wrestling with significant difficulties or painful circumstances. But I want to assure you, with all the love I have for you, that I am actively working with you and for you, even when you cannot see it or feel it. I do not know precisely how long you have been trying to achieve certain goals or overcome particular challenges, but I earnestly want you to hold on to a steadfast trust in me. Believe in the truth that I have revealed through my words and through the quiet whispers to your spirit. Do not let go of hope, even when the path seems obscure. Do not stop communicating with me, sharing your joys, your sorrows, your questions, your desires. Do not cease asking for my guidance and my strength. As you continue consistently in this way, opening your heart to me, I promise you, you will find yourself moving onto a better, more fulfilling path. Continue to build your inner self, your character, your spirit, on the solid foundation of faith in me and the wisdom found in my words. As you diligently do this, I will begin to gently and lovingly change you from within. I will carefully remove what is not healthy for your soul, the patterns of thinking and behaving that are not aligned with my will for you, so that you can fully and joyfully receive all the good things, all the blessings that I have lovingly prepared for you. Be at peace, my precious child. Know that I am always with you, loving you, guiding you. My dear one, continue to listen closely, as I wish to speak with you from my heart to yours. There are things I observe, and I want to offer you some understanding, some gentle guidance for your path. I see you, and I care deeply about your journey. I notice at times a hesitation in your steps, a way of looking in two directions at once, as if you are trying to walk on separate paths simultaneously. This, as you understand, is not truly possible and creates an unease within you. This wavering, this uncertainty, it can trouble your spirit and make your progress less steady, less peaceful than it could be. It is like a boat that is not securely tied, drifting with changing currents, never quite reaching a calm harbor. True contentment and inner serenity are often found when there is a settled direction, a choice made with your whole being. When you attempt to keep a part of yourself in one place and another part elsewhere, you cannot fully embrace or experience the genuine goodness available in a focused life. More so, you risk feeling off balance, unsure of your footing. I long for you to walk with a confident stride, with a heart that is clear about where you are headed and who walks beside you. This division within can be tiring, and it prevents the deep, quiet joy that comes from an undivided heart. Words are indeed important, my dear one, and I hear them when you speak of connection and trust. But the quiet language of your daily choices, the patterns of your life, these speak with an even greater clarity. When you express a desire to be close to me, to walk in ways that align with my presence, my own heart feels a gladness. However, if the path you then choose in your actions leads you away, if the things you decide to do create a sense of distance between us, it brings a quiet sorrow, not of anger, but of missed opportunity for closeness. True companionship, the kind that nurtures and strengthens, is found in shared ways, in a consistent and sincere turning towards one another. It is not about achieving an impossible standard of perfection, for I understand your human journey. Rather, it is about the sincere, persistent desire to remain near, to allow your life to reflect the closeness you profess in your heart and with your words. I am always here. My presence is constant, patiently waiting for you to turn fully towards me, not just in a fleeting thought or an occasional word, but in the very fabric of how you live each day, in the small choices and the larger commitments you make. This alignment brings a profound sense of belonging and peace. I want you to understand something about actions that take you away from what is good and true, actions you might call wrongdoing. These choices have a way of costing you more than you might initially perceive. It is not about a tally of errors, but about the inner consequence, the quiet erosion of peace, the dimming of your inner light. When you choose paths that are not in harmony with your truest self, and with my guidance, you may find you lose more than you can easily imagine. Not just material things, but peace of mind, clarity of purpose, and precious time. Years can be spent walking in a direction that does not lead to true fulfillment. And then, when you realize this, more time and energy are needed to find your way back, to mend what has been unsettled within. This is not a judgment, but an observation of how these things work, a loving caution. The journey of returning and repairing can be long, and it takes strength that could have been used for growth and joy. I wish for you to avoid these detours, these periods of needless struggle, by choosing paths that lead to inner harmony from the outset. But know this, always, with me there is always the possibility of a new beginning. I have, in a sense, started a fresh chapter with you, a new season for your life, and I invite you, with open arms, to start this new chapter with me. It is an invitation to leave behind what has burdened you, what has held you back, and to step into a way of living that is lighter, clearer, and more aligned with your deepest good. This is not about erasing the past as if it never happened, but about learning from it and choosing differently now, today, and in the days to come. Every moment offers this chance for renewal, for a fresh alignment. Embrace it. Let go of the weight of past missteps and accept the invitation to walk forward with a renewed spirit, with a heart open to the new possibilities that I am always offering. This new path is one of peace, of purpose, and of a quiet, steady joy that grows from within. Therefore, my dear one, be mindful not to slip back into old patterns, those ways of being that you know deep down do not serve your true self or your connection with me. It can be easy to revert to familiar habits, especially when you are tired or face challenges. But I encourage you to resist the pull of what was, if what was not leading you to true well-being. Do not return to ways of living that felt empty or caused harm to yourself or others. Avoid the temptation to speak untruths, or to act in ways that are not fair or kind, or to take what is not rightfully yours. These actions, even if they seem small or inconsequential at the moment, create a dissonance within you and can lead you away from the peace I wish for you. Similarly, do not merely put on an outward appearance of belief if the inner reality is different. Authenticity is key. Strive to live from a place of inner truth, allowing your actions to be a genuine reflection of your desire to walk in goodness. When you move through your days, interacting with others and navigating the complexities of life, I encourage you to do so with wisdom and gentleness. It is important to be aware, to be discerning, but also to maintain a kind and compassionate heart. There is no need to become like the world in its harsher aspects to protect yourself or to avoid disagreement. Sometimes, in an effort to shield your own vulnerabilities, or to ensure others are not displeased with you, you might be tempted to adopt ways of behaving that are not truly your own, that are not aligned with kindness or truth. Resist this. True strength lies not in harshness or in conforming to a lower standard, but in a quiet, steady adherence to what is good and right, even when it is challenging. Be smart in your dealings, yes, but let your intelligence be guided by a gentle spirit, by a desire for understanding and peaceful interaction. This way you preserve your inner integrity and become a presence of quiet goodness for others. A life lived in ways that are contrary to truth and goodness, a life of persistent wrongdoing, is often an unstable and restless one. It lacks the firm foundation that brings lasting security and peace. Such a path can feel like walking on shifting ground, where there is little to hold on to, little that feels truly solid or dependable. This is because actions that are not rooted in goodness create an inner imbalance, a sense of being disconnected from something essential. It is a way that can lead to confusion and a feeling of being lost. In contrast, a life lived in conscious connection with me, striving for what is good and true, builds a foundation of inner strength and stability. It is a path where, even amidst life's challenges, there is an underlying sense of peace and purpose, a quiet knowing that you are walking in a way that is right for your spirit. This is the life I desire for you, one of inner sureness and quiet joy. And always remember, my dear one, my love for you is constant, and my choice of you is unwavering. Before you were even formed, I knew you. I have held you in my awareness with a deep and abiding affection. There is nothing you can do that can diminish this fundamental care I have for you. I have chosen you, not because of any perfection on your part, but simply because you are precious to me. I have offered you my presence, my guidance, my support. So I invite you to become more serious in your response to this, not out of fear, but out of a mutual desire for a deeper, more meaningful connection. Let your days be a reflection of this chosenness, this belovedness. Walk with the quiet confidence that you are known, you are cared for, and you are invited into a life of profound and lasting significance with me. This particular time, this season of your life, holds a special significance. It is a period I have intended for your growth, for your flourishing, for you to experience more of the good things I have for you. There are opportunities for blessings, for deeper understanding, for greater peace. However, it is also a time where choices matter greatly. Many, sadly, may miss out on these good things, not because they are withheld, but because they choose to turn back to ways of being that are not conducive to receiving them. They may allow old habits or new distractions to pull them away from the path of goodness and connection. This is why your conscious choice to stay near to me, to live in accordance with what is true and right, is so important now. Do not let this season pass by without embracing the potential it holds for your inner development and your experience of true well-being. Consider how wrongdoing, even small acts, can affect your inner self. It is like a drop of dark ink falling into clear water. It clouds and obscures the purity that was there. It creates a residue within your spirit, a subtle stain that can make it harder to feel my presence, harder to hear the quiet guidance from within. This is not meant to cause you fear, but to help you understand the importance of striving for a clear heart and a clear conscience. When your inner world is clouded by choices that are not good, it becomes more difficult to discern the right path, more challenging to feel the peace that comes from alignment with me. The effort to remove these inner stains, to find clarity again, takes time and energy. It is far better to guard your heart, to choose actions that keep your inner wellspring clear and bright, so that you can always feel the closeness of my presence. Within you there is a quiet guide, a gentle presence that nudges you towards what is good and true. This is my spirit with you, a constant companion on your journey. It is so important not to cause sorrow to this inner presence by deliberately choosing paths that go against its gentle leading. When you ignore this inner guidance, when you choose actions that you know are not right, it creates a sadness, a dimming of that inner light. Without this active, cherished connection to the spirit within, you can feel adrift, lacking true direction or inner strength. This inner guide is what completes you, what connects you to the deeper truths of life. It is what makes you truly alive in the fullest sense. Cherish it, listen to it, and strive to live in harmony with its wisdom. It is your most precious inner resource. When you face temptations, when allurements to do what is not right present themselves, perhaps an invitation to a place of harmful indulgence, or a suggestion to engage in dishonest dealings, or a pull towards actions that would hurt others or yourself, remember me. In those moments, make a conscious choice to turn towards me, to, in a sense, take me with you in your decision-making. Imagine choosing the path that I would walk with you, the path that leads to inner peace and integrity, rather than the one that offers fleeting pleasure, but ultimately leads to regret or inner turmoil. When the world calls you to activities that you know would compromise your inner truth or create distance between us, let your response be to choose the higher way, the way of quiet integrity, the way that keeps your spirit clear and your connection with me strong. This is a choice for lasting well-being, a heart that strives for purity, for sincerity, for what is good and true, gains a special kind of clarity. Those with a pure heart will, in a sense, see me more clearly. This does not mean a physical seeing, but an inner perception, a deeper understanding of my presence and my ways. When your heart is unclouded by deceit or persistent wrongdoing, you are better able to discern truth, to feel my guidance, and to experience the quiet joy of my companionship. Similarly, a spirit of gentleness and humility allows you to inherit the true riches of life, inner peace, contentment, and a harmonious relationship with the world around you. Even when you face difficulties or misunderstandings, because you are trying to live in a way that is right, know that there is a special kind of inner kingdom, a place of unshakable peace and strength that becomes yours. These are not rewards for perfect behavior, but natural outcomes of a heart aligned with goodness. The commitments you make to me, the promises whispered in your heart to walk in a better way, these are significant. They are not trivial things. I hear them, and I honor the sincerity with which they are made. Therefore, treat them with the seriousness they deserve. When you decide to turn from an old habit or to embrace a new way of being that draws you closer to me, hold on to that decision. It becomes an anchor for your soul. Life will bring challenges and temptations that may try to pull you away from your resolve. But if you remember your commitment, if you hold it dear, it will give you strength to resist what is not good for you and to stay on the path you have chosen. This is an act of self-respect and a way of honoring the deepest desires of your own heart for a life of goodness and truth. It brings a particular kind of sadness, a gentle ache, when, after you have made such a promise, after you have set your heart on a new course with me, you then turn away and go back to the very things you resolved to leave behind. I understand the struggles, the pulls of old ways. My feeling is not one of anger or condemnation, but more like the sorrow of a caring guide who sees you wander off a safe path into a place of difficulty. When you know that certain ways of being, like lukewarmness in your spirit or a return to harmful actions, lead to a sense of inner decline or stunt your true growth, and yet you choose them again after committing to something better, it is a painful thing to observe, for I desire only your highest good and truest happiness. In those moments when temptation is strong, when the pull of an old, familiar wrongdoing feels overwhelming, try to remember the promises you have made. Let those commitments be a source of strength for you. Recall the clarity you felt when you made them, the desire for a better way. This remembrance can act as a shield, a reminder of who you truly wish to be, and the kind of life you truly wish to live. It is not about willpower alone, but about reconnecting with that deeper intention, that sincere desire that led you to make the promise in the first place. This can help you to pause, to reconsider, and to choose the path that aligns with your highest aspirations, rather than succumbing to a momentary impulse that you may later regret. Please, always know the depth of my forgiveness and my unending desire for your true and lasting well-being. There is no misstep so great that it places you beyond the reach of my understanding and my willingness to help you find your way back. My care for you is profound and abiding. I see your struggles, I understand your challenges, and my deepest wish is for you to experience a life filled with peace, purpose, and a quiet, resilient joy. This is not a happiness dependent on perfect circumstances, but an inner contentment that comes from living in truth, in goodness, and in a conscious, loving connection with me. Every day, I offer you this path. Therefore, strive for a steady and consistent walk with me. It is in this regularity, this quiet persistence in choosing what is good and true, that you will find the deepest rewards. It is not about grand gestures or dramatic displays, but about the small, daily choices to turn towards me, to listen for my guidance, to act with kindness and integrity. This steadfastness builds an inner resilience, a quiet strength that will carry you through all of life's seasons. Think of it not as a burden, but as a joyful journey of discovery, where each step taken in alignment with me brings you closer to your truest self and to a life of profound meaning. I am with you always, encouraging you, guiding you, and celebrating every effort you make to walk in the light of goodness. Do not be discouraged by occasional stumbles. Simply rise, reconnect, and continue your journey with a renewed heart. Your effort is seen, and it matters greatly. My child, consider the principle of generosity I have placed in your heart. When you offer a portion of what you hold dear, your time, your warmth, your means, you plant a seed that I can cause to flourish. A single act of kindness, given without hesitation, often returns to you in abundance, like a hidden spring that rises to bless you tenfold. Reflect on moments when you have reached out to another, a listening ear offered in quiet compassion, a small gift given in sincerity. Did not joy follow? Did not peace deepen within you as you saw lives touched by your care? Such is the way of giving. Every offering carries within it the promise of multiplied grace. You need not measure the size of your gift. Even the smallest portion placed willingly in my hands can become a channel for greater blessings. As you share what you have, you align yourself with a design far grander than any solitary effort, one in which I bring increase where faith has dared to give. So, listen for the gentle impulse within your spirit. If you sense a nudge to contribute, to support this unfolding work, to encourage others with a quiet act, respond. Your gift, no matter its form, steps into a cycle of renewal that I delight to amplify. May you discover that in giving, your own soul finds richness, that in sharing, your life is renewed, and that every seed sown in faith yields a harvest beyond imagining, tenfold in joy, in purpose, and in peace. Amen.